You claim to appreciate or, well, you worship the one who is referred to as the Creator, but you have a huge issue with the creation. If you don't appreciate the creation, why the hell should you worship the Creator?
Yep.
That's what I was looking for today.
So the idea being, we are creation.
Yes.
And we naturally have sex.
Yes.
And if we were created by the Creator, but then we think that sex for some reason is gross, the thing
dirty.
that creation is doing, then why the hell should we worship the thing that made us?
Oh man!
Just that out logics it's like simple logic.
Yeah.
Although
also it almost makes me think of being able to worship the Creator within you. You every person that's born has the power to create life if they want to. That's such a, oh my gosh, you can completely immerse yourself in this whole system of life, even the creation of other life. You don't even
you can make something.
Wow, that
wacky.
just hit me like that.
Someone who made such a bad job of this, the only way you can even be born is through sin. I think he must be banished.
Banished.
No, this is a fantastic device to keep people enslaved forever. If you do not even allow them to come to terms with their biology, they will never come to terms with anything in their life. Always, they will be dependent on an institution or a person or something who claims to have connections.
It's like we're putting a middleman between us and everything. The middleman to tell us how to even live our own lives, how to interact with the world around us. And every spiritual teacher that I've gotten into is telling you, go in, go in, go in, you'll find it. And it's in you. And you don't need, you don't even need to listen to me. I've been listening to a lot of Ram Dass. He's just you all nod every time I say something profound. That's because you already knew it.
Oh, I like that.
He's like, why are you just nodding? Why'd you even come here? I love it.
Oh, it's just right
Come
there.
on, man. Come on.
Ram Dass, what?
Middleman.
Oh, yes. The idea of guru.
Yes.
This is something I've read from Ram Dass recently.
Yeah.
Is that, guru is the idea of somebody who reflects the highest version of you, or the highest thing within you.
Wow.
So a guru, dispeller of darkness, cleans kind of your mirror or your looking glass of life, and you see what life can really be. But then the whole idea of a guru is that you worship and love the guru to the point where you stop seeing a difference between you and the guru. And in Buddhism or in all these different Eastern practices, and the idea becomes that when you achieve enlightenment, you become the Buddha. You achieve Buddhahood. Wow. And it's as if you have become the guru. Or a character like Jesus being the son of God. He is that bloodline of God. It's within all of those things that you are God itself. You are the creator.
Yes.
And then
yes.
getting to hear from someone like Sadhguru or these other teachers we listen to, it's like we get to see that cleaned mirror, that reflection of how we could actually live.
I think that's why I get such a lifted up feeling whenever I listen to someone like him. It's like my chest feels high. I feel like I can, like the potentials of life are all open. Oh man.
They make you feel guilty of your very existence. Because that way you will always be enslaved to whatever they have set up. Something so fundamental as the menstrual cycles in a woman. She has to feel guilty about it, and she's impure. Her existence is impure. Unfortunately, I want you and all the teachers of the world to understand, if your mother did not have menstrual cycles, you wouldn't be born. You must have met your father. Yes. So the life-making material, unused, is what it is. And if that is impure, your very birth is impure. That's what they're anyway trying to tell you, that your birth is impure.
Oh my gosh.
And to cover this, there's a whole lot of other stories which I don't want to enter. Once you're not in terms with your own physical existence, you essentially will never ever be in terms with any other dimension of your life. This itself will cover you forever. This is...
Bro. The idea of, as long as you aren't comfortable with this physicality that you're inside of, then you will never be able to touch other dimensions of life.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Think about how much of the culture we are living in today is focused on your physical appearance, you know, making you feel bad for the way you look, making you do certain things.
Try not to age.
Yeah,
all those things.
None of those things include... Well, I mean, now there's like the movement against, which is radically accepting what you are and how you are. And one thing that I've heard Sadhguru and some other yogis say about the physical side of yoga is that it's not about stretching or, you know, looking good like it seems to be often in the West or whatever. It's about putting your body into a state where you can forget that you have a body. Because your body is so at peace,
so in flow,
no problems, nothing. It is just an open channel, and you are getting to experience everything fully because you don't have these aches, these whatevers that are holding you back.
That's beautiful. Yeah. I like that.
And thinking of that, like health and acceptance of your physicality as the basis to all progression after that.
Yeah.
If you learn to simply sit, you'll become tremendously intense. Right now, your energy is simply expended by doing unnecessary, endless activity. When you have so much mental diarrhea, how can you have energy?
Yeah. Okay, this is good. This is really good. What's been on my mind lately, I've been connecting a lot with Sadhguru lately. And what I wasn't able to understand before is that when he would talk about your energies and how it didn't connect with me fully about how when he was talking about how a big, really important thing for you to do is recognize that you have a finite amount of energy that you have, and you're always putting your energy somewhere. You can't just sit there with your energy. You're always going to put it somewhere. Either you're going to work, or you're interacting with other people, or you're eating certain foods that are like transferring your energy in and out. And to focus deeply on your energy and where it's going, because like thought processes, overthinking, that's putting your energy right there. And so you have always the ability to become, it's like what we talk about with everything else. It's like you could be compulsive with how you're moving your energy, or you can be very conscious about where your energy's going. And that has been huge for me, is being more and more conscious about every minute aspect of where my energy is going. Yeah.
Tasty.
Yeah.
Now, how do I stop mental diarrhea? If you have diarrhea, physical diarrhea, what is the first thing to do? Huh? What?
Eat better foods?
Yes, run to the toilet, I know that. I'm saying as a corrective measure, what is the first thing you do? No, as a corrective measure, what is the first thing you do? First thing is stop eating, right? Yes or no? But diarrhea means in some way we've eaten something that the body doesn't want. It's trying to throw it out. Yes?
Oh boy.
You've taken something inside which the body doesn't like. It wants to throw it out. First thing is, stay away from food for some time. You eat bad food and then try to stop diarrhea, it's not going to work. So similarly, bad food for the mind is just this.
Click.
You have gotten identified with things that you're not. The moment you get identified with things that you're not, mental diarrhea is inevitable.
Bro. First of all, just physically thinking about diarrhea as you getting involved with something that you aren't, like you are eating foods that don't want to be a part of the system, or that your system doesn't want to be a part of it. Let's think about food in that way, first of all.
Let's do that, yeah.
Second of all, let's think about the things that we take in mentally that way. Like watching horror movies recently, or like an action movie with a lot of violence. If I watch a movie like that, it's just flooding my brain the whole day. And like, the last few times I've done it, I've immediately felt crappy afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is just something that is revealing itself as something that doesn't want to be a part of my system anymore.
Yeah.
And what if we thought about thought patterns in that, thought cycles in that way?
That's brilliant, yeah.
It's like, what are the thought cycles you're having? What is the root of that thought cycle? What are you identified with that's making that cycle go? And how do you let go of that?
Real good.
I love it.
If you disidentify with everything, if you understand what is you and what is not you, if you keep a little distance from that, mind will become still. If you want, you can use it, otherwise you can keep it. Now my hand is there, if I want I can move it, otherwise I can keep it. This is a useful hand. Suppose it starts jumping like this. You clearly know there is some kind of an ailment, isn't it? Yes or no?
Dude. Oh my gosh.
This is real good.
Just the constant practice of disidentifying yourself, of untangling yourself with these things.
Yeah.
And like because the only way to get to this, or the only way that I have gotten to states similar to that, where it feels like my mind is at rest until I want to use it, is just through this constant bringing back to what you are and claiming power over your mind. Because if you are your mind, which we so frequently think of ourselves as this, we experience so much of our senses up here that this becomes us. And when you are that, then there is no escape from the thoughts, because the thoughts are you, And it's like, can you continuously remind yourself and really like set that intention at the beginning of the day, set that intention at the beginning of the night that you are like, you are the thing, not the mind, you know, you are the being.
Yes. Similarly, going back to the story about those few days where I got less sleep and felt better than ever, reminds me a bit of, I try, and Eli is starting to try like fasting a bit. And fasting brings me to a similar place as that felt. It's like you feel lighter, you feel like you have a lot of mental clarity, your senses are very alert, all those things. But there was a point, one of those nights, when I wasn't getting a lot of sleep, and I walked upstairs and I looked at myself in the mirror and I felt emptiness. I saw emptiness, and I said to I was like, oh, I'm nothing. Like, just like, it's just like the realization, just like, oh, finally, like people are talking about the emptiness and the spaciousness and the void, and I never got it. And then I just looked at myself in the mirror in the middle of an experience that oftentimes could be connected with ego. I won't go into it, but very connected with ego usually for me. And I would, in this experience, be feeling very proud of myself and or be wanting something from the experience. And I didn't want anything from the experience. I was just experiencing it, and there was no pride. I just looked at myself and it was empty. And that was incredible. And
That's
then
some real
back
stuff.
to the like, then I had more energy.
Yeah.
Because
oh my god,
I had the
dude.
space between it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
You tell your mind that I'm this, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. It's having diarrhea. You stop giving it wrong food. If you clearly see even if you do not know what is me, at least you know what is not me, isn't it? This much you do. Tonight before you go to bed, sit on your bed and sit down and discount everything that is not you. This house in which you're living, is this me? No. This loving parent or mother, father, wife or husband or child, they're wonderful, but is this me? No. Oh, these nice clothes I'm wearing, is this me? No. Now my body, I like it, but is this me? No. Now I'm having so many thoughts, is this me? No. Now I'm having wonderful emotions, is this me? No. Like this, everything that's not you, before you sleep, keep it down and go to bed.
Oh man! Oh. Get those out of here.
Get over there.
Oh boy. What does that smell like? Yeah?
It smells like a
Universal box! It's been too long. It's been too long. Oh my goodness. Okay, I loved how he was not discounting those things.
yes.
He wasn't being like, are you like these clothes, like, and he wasn't saying like this,
These beautiful clothes.
these beautiful clothes, this beautiful body, your wonderful emotions, your like fantastic thoughts. And that's what it is, because when you can have some space from it, you recognize that all those things are just blessings. Like, we got a
Amazing
roof over our
tools.
head. Oh my gosh, I've got this beautiful body. Oh my gosh. Like, my thoughts, my emotions, they have so much wisdom in them and power, but not if they have power over me. Oh,
And how just
boy.
when you get to that moment of you're like, I am not this, I am not that, all the things that you thought you were are now gone.
And you're like, wait
And
a
then you're sitting there
second.
like,
That's where I don't want him to go anywhere with it, but I'm curious to see if he would go that place with it of like, well, then what are you?
Why do you need esteem? Esteem is because you want to be little one-up on somebody else all the time. Unfortunately, our education systems were made like this, right from kindergarten. Who is first, who is second, who is third? You want to be first. So, your sense of happiness is only when everybody is doing worse than you.
Oh.
There he goes!
Sweatshirt's coming off. This is getting too serious.
Mind as much! Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that? Your self-esteem,
Dude.
the only reason you need it, or the only thing it does for you, is make you only happy when you are above others.
And that's what we've been taught from minute one. Minute one. It's like,
You're just constructing someone to be
I got
unhappy.
a B, you got an A.
What kind of life is that?
I'll clap for the audience.
Why are we structuring our lives like this, that if everybody is doing badly, I will feel great? I think it's sickness. Hello? You think it's joy or sickness, please tell me. If all of you are doing badly, I feel great because I'm number one now. No, this should go. From an early age, unfortunately, this is being imposed upon a child's mind that you have to be on top of everybody else. This is like, I want you to just imagine if this happened to other creatures. Let's say it happened to the plants and trees and animals. If an ant wants to become like an elephant, that is going to be a terrible ant-elephant, isn't it? Suppose a mango tree wants to become like a coconut tree. It will be a horrible mango tree because with one branch like this, no mangoes will come out of this. A mango tree is like this, a coconut tree is like that. That's how it should be. This has happened because in so many ways, people have put these things into your mind, what is good, what is bad, what is high, what is low, what is up, what is down.
Yes.
Because of this, you have never paid attention to every aspect of life in the sense. Maybe…
Oh my gosh.
Because of this attitude that has been instilled in us from such a young age,
Yeah.
you haven't paid attention and found out for yourself.
Because you're just… you have these value systems that you think are everything. And it's also not allowing you to recognize what yourself is, because if you're trying to build yourself based on all the value systems that are being taught to you…
I was just watching your head.
Yeah, brain is mush. But if you're building your value system based on… if you're building a value system to begin with, and that's all based on what you've been taught is good. Say you're a mango tree and you want to become a coconut tree. You're an artist at heart, but you're told that you have to be a business person. You're always going to be trying to fit your feet into these shoes that just don't fit. And it's never, ever going to feel right. It's always like you're just putting this like mask on, this facade on, and you're basing your own value system. You're seeing the value in others only based on the value that society has told you works. You know, how much money you have, how much status you have, whatever.
This is something that I've been consciously trying to work on, because with you specifically too, because when it comes to like people I talk to about spiritual stuff with,
Yeah.
like you're pretty much the person I'm in constant discussion with about that. But it's funny because in spiritual things,
Yeah.
this wanting to be better still arises in me.
Spiritual ego. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I'll hear you talk about a certain experience and I'll be like, oh shit, like my automatic thing will be to think about things that like I've done that are like cool or whatever. And then I get to the point of like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah, because it's like, it's placing this linear, because it's so easy to start doing that, placing this linear graph on what spirituality is. Whereas in reality, I have no idea where I'm going.
Yeah.
Like, I could be, like, who knows? Like, you could just be, like, chugging along on your perfect path, and I'm just like, woo! And I'm, like, telling you about these things, and you're like, well, he's...
Well, and also, our experiences can be completely different.
And that's cool.
And that's cool, and that's good, and that should be encouraged.
Yes.
But then I'll find myself, like, being annoyed, you know, when someone else is, like, talking about their experience. Yeah. Because I'm just comparing myself to it. Oh, yeah. Rather than just being there with them, being like, yo, that's sick. Like, how did it feel? What was it like? Like, how can you get back there? Like, jeez. You guys struggle with that?
And also, yeah, it just comes down to recognizing that we need to, at the same moment, recognize that we're together here, but also need to recognize our uniqueness. Because we all have these little things to offer, and they're all different. And if you're trying to place a linear scale on all of that, it makes everyone try and squeeze in to this same thing, but we're all so different, and we all have such different things to offer. So, bang, Sadhguru.
This is gonna be this is a big one.
This is a huge one.
See, if all the worms on this planet, right now, if all of them die, all the worms, in about 12 to 18 months, all life on this planet will cease, everything, including you and me.
Yep.
Suppose all the insects die today. In something like 2.5 to 4 years' time, all life will cease. But if all the human beings die, the planet will flourish. Yes, we make good manure. If human beings go away, right through this building, trees will grow, isn't it? Yes or no? Everything will flourish. So, who the hell is telling you that you are the most significant life? This idea that the cosmos is human-centric is a stupid idea.
Oh, come on! Oh, come on, 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 come on. It's like that, it's like that, it's like that. What is… I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of my life. That was so good. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. This is like the pinnacle for me right now, because I've just been connecting more and more with Sadhguru.
Yeah.
And this just lines up with what I got in here. Real nice. The whole insect stuff, humanity.
Also, when you are not the center of things, life becomes so much easier.
Yes.
We think about it like, oh, life is going perfectly if everything's working in my favor. But if you're not the center and things don't need to work in your favor and you accept that, then all of a sudden every day is a good day to be alive.
Yes, because you're alive and things are alive.
And everything else is working. All these insects, worms are making it all possible.
Yeah.
You have so much to be thankful for, even with your little human-centric world. The girl you asked out, the job you applied for, whatever it is.
Dude, I wrote something in my journal today. I've been working a lot on myself with general desire. Desire for goods, things, you name it, any sort of desire. The way around that I came to, or a way around that I came to this morning, was that if you wake up every day and you recognize that you don't need anything to happen, if you don't need anything, then there is no good or bad things happening. You're not putting a judgment on it. You're not so dependent on these things happening that your whole essence is on the line.
You become free, I'd say.
You become free, yeah. Yeah. And you can just roam this earth freely.
A weight off your shoulders.
Huge weight, yeah. So I'm gonna be trying to implement that.
This is all you have to know. Never look up to anybody. She looked at me like this, what about you, kind of thing. I said, especially me, because the moment you look up to me, you will miss it completely. If you look at me just the way I am, there is a lot of value to it. If you look up to me, what will you do? Probably take my picture and nail it to your wall, like you nailed so many people who are of value in this world. You just look at me for what I am, don't look up to me, and never look down on anybody. This is all. Never look up to anything, never look down on anything. If you see everything just the way it is, everything has immense value. Everybody has a place and value to their life, isn't it? Every creature has value. Because we did not realize that, how many things we have destroyed in this world.
Boy! Yeah. Yeah. Lot to unpack there.
Let's run that whole series back.
Okay.
Starts with his daughter
Yes.
and him being like, one rule, don't teach her anything, because everyone wants to impose, their ideas of what a good life should be on someone and help them. They're trying to help somebody.
Right.
Don't teach them anything, because then they're gonna see it the way that it is. And when you're not teaching anyone something, you have to look at them as an equal. And you have to treat them as an equal. Like, think about our entire political systems, our entire social hierarchies are built on ideas of looking down or up at certain things.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And that entire lesson unfolded itself into that if you are looking up or down at something, you are gonna miss the actual value of that thing, because you're already placing judgments on it, you're already categorizing it of what it can do. So you see an ant, a worm, and you say, oh, that's something that sits in the earth and decomposes my food. That's low life, that's not a high thing. Until you realize that it's the thing making your life possible if you just looked at it without looking down at it.
Woo!
Dude, that's one of those rules. We need to make a list of these rules.
Yeah, we do.
We got this running mental list of the things that if you said it to yourself every day, screw it, every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you reminded yourself of that thing, you're hot on the path to enlightenment.
Enlightenment, I like to call it, enlightenment is inevitable.
Yes. If you are every single moment reminding yourself,
Yeah.
I'm not going to look down or up, I'm going to look at fully.
We should compile a list.
Yes.
Make a video about it, all from teachings that we've heard. Yeah.
Would you guys like that? Because we'll do it.
We'll do it.
Oh, we'll do it. It will be a Learn With Us reflection episode.
Oh.